What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at a couple different videos that I found here on YouTube that were recently uploaded, and we're going to be doing some comparing and contrasting. We're going to be looking at what works, what doesn't work, and the reason is not to make fun of the individuals with hair systems and how good or how bad they are, but instead to help kind of break down some of the nuances of what to look for and how your system should look, how it can look a little bit more natural, and things that could help, things that could hurt. So no disrespect to these people right here or the hairdressers that are doing it, but let's just jump in and see some of these videos right here and see if we can notice some trends and some things that we can take away for our own experience. All right. So this first video right here. So this first video right here was uploaded yesterday. See, this gentleman has pretty severe hair loss right here, and this video is actually a video about hair clip-in systems, right? So systems that actually clip onto your own hair. They don't use any adhesive whatsoever. So this right here can help us get a little bit more insight into if they even look realistic or not. All right, now I'm going to jump forward into where he's actually starting to cut the hair and actually apply the hair system. So we see that he is going to start trimming the hair, doing a little fine work. Now this right here, once again, we see is a clip-in system. So there is going to be no glue that he is using, which is pretty incredible if you ask me. It looks like they are using some tape at the very front of the hair system to keep it down, which makes sense, right? But that's an easy replacement if you needed to, right? Like that would take a minimal amount of time compared to the normal install. So now we can see it's already installed it. That's how long it took to install his hair system. Now, if you ask me right now, this hair system looks pretty good. I think that this is a pretty good, meager, I think this is a pretty good relaxed hairstyle. And I think that it's pretty achievable. Of course, the hairline, pretty dense, pretty thick, but for this guy's ethnicity, actually kind of works. If I saw this guy on the street and I didn't know anything about hair systems, I would never, ever even think that it might be a hair system. It looks too real in my opinion. Good shape. The sides of his hair, that his natural hair is actually fairly long. So there's some good blending happening in through here. The density isn't absolutely crazy. It is very thick, but he can get away with it because of his natural hair. And overall, it's just executed pretty well, especially for something that was installed in like 3 seconds, you know what I mean? So I think that this right here is something that's achievable. And this hasn't been done with, a superfine Swiss lace unit that is designed for realism, but this is something that you could get with any product that you buy. This is something that's achievable for absolutely everybody, everywhere. Now let's take a look. So let's take a look at this video right here. Another install, hair loss. This one right here, I believe. So we see that he has the hair cut on the sides a little bit shorter than the other gentleman, and this one as well is a clip-in system. We can see the clips right there. So this is going to give us fairly similar results, right? As far as comparing apples to apples, this isn't comparing a superfine Swiss lace to a clip-in system that has a very dense poly border, which it looks like this has a polyurethane border. So now the styling begins. They start doing some thinning with some razors right here, which is a great technique to be using for hair systems to blend them into your natural hair. So already this unit starts looking a little bit thicker than the other gentleman's hair system, if you ask me. It looks like it's a bit more dense, has more hair in it. Style looks to be going a little bit longer. This is something that there is going to be a little bit more weight in, as we can see that they're hair drying it right now. Okay, so right now we can already start to see that there is what I would say are some problems right over here. Like, look at this right here. We can see that there is a massive difference between the volume of hair here and here. And unless you're going for a severe undercut shape, which is done really well, and it can be done well, but it's hard and it's difficult to maintain. We see that the shape is just It's not starting to look aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And this is extremely dense. It's a lot of volume up here on top. Once again, we get that kind of, thick wall of hair line at the very front of his hair right here. Now, to me, I don't think this looks the most believable and the most realistic. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but I think that this hairstyle it's just too much, right? So it's not just the hair system. The hair system itself is too thick. Definitely too thick, even for his ethnicity. He can get away with it better than, say, I could, but it is still too thick. This is a very, very dense unit. However, what also is making this a little bit worse is that the hairstyle is really, really inappropriate. We see on the side there are these weird kind of shapes. Like we see this little, I often call it the mushroom cap, where you have the stem and then the actual like mushroom top right here, and it kind of comes down. This is indicative of units that have a lot of volume and are very short on the sides, and it's something that I don't think ever leaves a really, really good silhouette, which, you kind of want a decent silhouette with your hair and your head shape. It's part of it, right? So we have the thickness, we have the haircut that needs to be addressed, what I call the mushroom top, and that's also because the sides, your natural hair is too short. Also, if we go back to the other video, one of the things that we saw is that there was actually some recession, it looked like, built into his hair system. So that way it naturally kind of matched his sides a little bit better. Whereas this one right here, a lot younger, and we get these kind of very wide points right here and right here. So that's something to take note of as well and be careful of if you're, going and getting a hair system and thinking about it. So these are just some of the tips, some of the things that we can see when we compare units side by side. So let's, this is unit A, this is hair system A, right? And we have hair system B. If you ask me, undeniably, this hair system looks better. This job was done to a higher degree than this one right here. I think it's just an objective thing that we can say. And it's something that I hope you can take some lessons away from this and apply it into your own hair system, your own styling. If you're going to bring a hair system to a stylist, have them look at this kind of stuff and see some of that, right? I think just a little bit of preparation and a little bit of forethought can really help us go the extra mile and have a really, really great result. So I hope this video helps you guys. Remember to please like, comment, subscribe. If you do like this content right here, make sure leave a comment down below. And if you just got a hair system, you have a hair system right now, and you'd love to come on the channel, do an interview, I'd love to have you on. All right, we'll talk soon.